Welcome, everyone, and what a game we have for you tonight. Kevin Harlan here, along with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr, as we get set to bring you NBA action on 2K Sports. And now we take a brief check at the matchups. Our starting five for both teams. First for New Orleans, the backcourt, Holiday and Gordon. And playing at the 5, a jump-shooting 7-footer with underrated athleticism out of Colorado State, Jason Smith. Then there's Tyreke Evans, and it's Davis at the power forward. And then for Houston, adding the backcourt, Jeremy Lin along with James Harden. And it's center, the most dominant physical presence in the NBA, the elite defensive big man, Dwight Howard. Then there's Chandler Parsons, and it's Asik in at the 4 slot.
Houston might have made the playoffs in the West last season, guys, but it wasn't because they were beating up on their peers. They were 24-28 against the rest of the West. That's why they got the 8th seed.
Now here's Parsons. Parsons off a bit from Howard, and Parsons kicks to Howard.
Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close.
Foul call. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. You remember the Rockets last year when they were playing a lot of teams in the West near the end of the regular season. That was when they slipped, Steve, out of the 6th seed range down to number 8.
Well, of course, the West was really strong last year, Kevin, so it makes sense that you're going to struggle a little bit against all those good teams. But, Houston ended up being the only team in the West to make the playoffs with a sub-500 record against the rest of the conference.
As long as New Orleans has been in the Southwest Division, guys, it's never been easy for them. They won the division back in 2008, but every other year before or since, they haven't been able to finish better than 3rd. Drop that one in as soft as a feather using the finger roll.
Lin gets a screen from Asik. Back to Harden. Outside, Lin from past the arc. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. And going on about the Pelicans' history in the Southwest, finished in last place, Steve, a season ago, and that's the 3rd time in 4 years that's been the case.
It's tough to be a young team in probably the best division in the NBA. I mean, you look at who they have to go against, the Spurs and Dallas and Houston, Memphis. I mean, there's never a night off. And the Pelicans, boy, they've got a long way to go to get out of the cellar in this division.
The Pelicans shooting their first free throw tonight.
Well, you look back at a season ago, this is a club that made 78% of its shots from the free throw line, so very comfortable with that strike.
And a lot of times, guys, in some of their performances last year, their free throw numbers helped them win games.
Now, here is Harden. Lin kicks to Harden. Parsons, 5 on the clock. Parsons off a bit from Asik. From deep, Harden. No luck, and New Orleans will go the other way with it.
Well, prior to last season, there were several teams that considered trading for James Harden. There was a question, though, over how much they were prepared to give up. And some question if he could be the first option on the team. That question's been answered.
Davis, he's guarded by Howard. Davis, the pass to Holiday. Gordon, he feeds it to Evans. Launches a 3. And the rebound goes to Howard. Houston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. In the season before last, Harden won 6th Man of the Year. But, guys, do you think that because Harden came off the bench in Oklahoma City that some underestimated his talent?
Well, I don't think anybody underestimated his talent. I think it was pretty apparent what he could do. But, scouts have watched him ever since his Arizona State days. You could see he had star potential. And now he's getting the opportunity in Houston to fulfill that. He is so athletic, Kevin, and for a guy his size, one of the best athletes I think this league has ever seen. And what makes him so important to his team is just the defense, the shot blocking, the anticipation, the speed, the dominance in that paint area.
Yeah, when you're 6'11", Steve, strong and can jump the way Dwight Howard does, I think it just comes with the territory. Whether he's sending shots back, throwing them down, everything is done with authority.
Here's Lin. After the made shot from Smith. Parsons' shot is off.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, a little frustrated now, shaking his head after that miss.
Evans dishes to Holiday. Back to Evans. There's the 3. Evans can't get that one to fall.
9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Now it's send it over to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Kevin McHale.
He said that one player he's really wary of is Anthony Davis, adding he can impact the game in so many ways. Defense, shot blocking, rebounding, and scoring. He's still adding muscle, and we've got to capitalize on that strength advantage at both ends. Kevin, that's the MO for any young player. We'll see how he stands up to it.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. And here's Holiday. James Harden getting it to go from deep. Kicks it out to Gordon. Lets the three fly. They get it back. Smith banked in off the glass.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
Harden outside. Back to Lynn. Lynn gets a screen from Asik. Outside, Lynn. Back to Harden. A three ball. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. 6 points for James Harden.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Holiday with it. On the wing, Eric Gordon. Back to Holiday. New Orleans moving the ball around. Smith guarded by Harden. Pulls up on the elbow. And the rejection by Harden. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Ryan Anderson, he's checked in for New Orleans. Now Harden. He's got 6. Harden gets a screen from Asik. From deep three-point range. Here's Howard. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. And once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Smith checked in for Omer Asik. For Houston, they've gone 50% from the field at this point, 4 of 8. Harden's shot is good.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense is giving him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
And Holiday kicks to Gordon. They set the pick. Now the pass to Anderson. Dishes to Holiday. Defended by Lynn. 6 on the shot clock. Holiday attacking. No good off the back of the rim. On offense, here are the Rockets. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Howard, the pass to Lynn. Howard with a screen on Anderson. Lynn dishes to Harden. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. 12 points for James Harden.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. And Anderson kicks to Holiday. He dishes it to Davis. Back to Holiday. Anderson outside. Lets it go with a 3. And yes, sir, that one drops.
Right back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading punches, that's how you answer.
Harden kicks to Lynn. Passes to Smith. The feed to Harden. Harden draws the double. Back to Smith. Shot clock at 6. Lynn. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The drive by Gordon. Davis covered by Smith. Davis the pass to Holiday. Misses from close range.
That's kind of a shocker. The defense was there, but it wasn't right in his face. Kind of out of character for him to miss those.
He kicks it to Gordon. Back to Holiday. The dish to Gordon. Davis setting the pick for Gordon. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Houston's gotten a lot of shots off from three-point land in the first quarter, but they're only 4 of 9. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, you know, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
And a fast break now for the Pelicans. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Rockets have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting.
You know, the Rockets turned a lot of heads last season, guys, as they got back into the playoffs after missing out the year before. A big part of that was how they played at home. They were very tough to beat in Houston.
Well, when the double team's in place, it really spreads the floor offensively.
Holiday dishes to Evans. Evans off the pick from Davis. And it's Evans missing. And the Rockets, as you said, Clark, strong at home. And that can be seen in that record of 29-12. Just the kind of home record, Steve, you need to get into the playoffs.
And it was the way the Rockets played that was so impressive, Kevin. They attack the rim, and then they kick out, bomb a ton of threes. And I think that's the kind of attack, the kind of style that can really bring a friendly crowd and bring them to their feet. And I thought the Houston fans got more and more animated as the season went on.
He's looking pretty confident out there. I mean, 5 of 7 so far from the field. He's feeling it.
Outside Holiday. Evans outside. He passes to Davis. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Anthony Davis, the #1 overall pick in 2012. An interesting note here, guys. He and Michael Kidd-Gilchrist were the first college teammates ever to be selected with the first and second picks of the draft. Bet you guys didn't know that.
Gotta love it.
And he can't get the first one. And Clark, you mentioned the 2012 draft. Also, when you look at Davis and MKG and then Bradley Beal, also the first time that 3 college freshmen, you know, Steve, went 1, 2, and 3.
And not to mention all 3 players coming from the SEC.
Right, exactly.
Strange, but you know, a lot of promise from that draft. A lot of good talent, and I think it bodes well for the league going forward.
Now here is Garcia with the lead pass, and Smith with the stop.
Well, the pick was set at the perfect angle on the floor, and he used it nicely.
Well, that's a play we may see from them a few more times.
Why not? I mean, when it works, you go back to it. Make them stop you.
Feeds to Rivers. Pass to Holiday. Kicks to Rivers. To stop the run. It's rebounded by Houston. And now in transition is Garcia. Here we go. Harden's shot is good.
Nice job again that time to add to their lead. I'll tell you what, they're doing everything right at this moment.
They're playing steadily in all aspects of the game, Steve. You're exactly right.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
Well, this season, a new mascot, new team colors, and a brand new state-of-the-art 50,000-square-foot practice facility for the Pelicans. It's not just a new paint job, folks. This is a franchise doing some exciting stuff.
Doubled by Smith. Pass to Aminu. Davis kicks to Aminu. He feeds it to Rivers. The pass to Stiemsma. Working on Smith. New Orleans moving it around. Just 4 to shoot. Outside Holiday. Dishes it to Rivers. The feed to Aminu. Passes it to Rivers. He kicks to Aminu. Now Holiday. Another shot. And he lays it up and in. And Clark, you mentioned the new colors for the Pelicans. No longer the purple, teal, and gold of the Hornets, but blue, gold, and red from the city flag of New Orleans. Steve, looks pretty good.
It does look good. And remember the other connections. I mean, blue is featured on the Louisiana state flag. Gold, Mardi Gras color, of course. You know, and then you think about the connection to the plumage of the brown pelican, which I've studied for years. And then, of course, red. I mean, the red represents... I have no idea what red represents.
First one falls for him.
You know, the Rockets did a lot to make over their backcourt last season as they brought in 2 big names in Jeremy Lin and James Harden, and That's not always an easy adjustment. Took a little time for both of those guys to figure out how to coexist in the pick and roll offense.
Pelicans trail by 9. He dishes it to Rivers. Back to Holiday. Feeds it to Rivers. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. And Clark, as you said, it took some time for this Houston backcourt to learn how to play with each other, but that is the case for any unit. Eventually, Steve, they found a happier medium, and that initiated some great offense between them.
Well, they were much more effective down the stretch last season, Kevin, and I thought it really showed in the way Lynn and Harden kind of played off of each other. So, you know, a lot of teams, they seem to want to have that second option for bringing the ball up or for attacking, and it is very effective to have a couple of guys who can each attack and create.
Here's Holiday after the made shot from Beverley. And Holiday kicks to Aminu. Back to Holiday. There's the dish to Rivers. From outside the arc. That's good. Rivers has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Houston now. They're on a 13-5 run. Aminu with it. Davis is there. Harden kicks to Garcia. Lets it go from deep. And that one's good. Beverley's got 5 now.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play. They're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Kicks it to Aminu. 6 to shoot. Pass to Rivers. It's good from about 19 feet. He's got 5. Pass to Garcia. And that does it for the first quarter. Rockets lead by 9. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go away. And we welcome you back to start the quarter. Players had a chance to get hydrated with Gatorade. And there's certain to be some great basketball ahead for us. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Houston?
Now, they didn't waste any time getting into a groove out there. They're dialed in from long range.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burdick. Doris, what do you have?
Guys, it might surprise you that when James Harden was back in college at Arizona State, he had an influence you might not guess. Former NBA player and coach Doug Collins, who often visited Phoenix. Harden said, quote, "He taught me a lot. He mentored me, told me I had to have a motor. I was nonchalant, just sort of chill. My sophomore year, the reason I came back to college was to learn to build my motor up. He was the reason for that." Guys, always great to have that kind of guidance along the way.
It certainly is. Thank you, Doris.
He's really dedicated himself, and we've seen the results on the court.
Pelicans trail by 9. Smith gets the pick for Holiday. Back to Smith. They get it again. Holiday. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Back to Smith. Shoots over Montejunas. And it's Smith that time on the assist by Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists now in this one. Back to Harden. He feeds it to Montejunas. Takes the 3. Aminu grabs the miss. For New Orleans, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Rivers with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Rivers kicks to Holiday. He passes to Stiemsma. Back to Holiday. Just 5 on the clock. And there's the pass to Rivers. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Montejunas. Montejunas has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Harden the pass to Beverley. Garcia. He's guarded by Rivers. And here's Harden for 3. Gets it to go. Harden's got 19 points.
Got to make a defensive adjustment here because he's just destroying them from three-point range.
Well, even when they've closed out on him, Steve, he's knocking them down.
Now here is Holiday. Back to Smith. Dishes it to Stiemsma. Passes it to Rivers. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Beverley.
Well, you know, last season wasn't the fast start that Austin Rivers would have liked for his career. He came out shooting very poorly and really showed he has a long way to go in terms of being a consistent offensive threat. But from what I've heard about Rivers and his work ethic and his hunger to get better, he's going to be much improved come next season.
New Orleans making some changes here. Ryan Anderson, he's checked in for Stiemsma. Evans comes in for Aminu. And it's Gordon in for Drew Holiday. Lynn gets a screen from Asik. Lynn kicks to Asik, and he dunks it after the pick, frees him up. Well, now they're just going to town on it.
Yeah, you'd think these defenders would have done a little more to put a stop to that stuff, Kevin, but so far, no go.
Well, a phenomenal aerial assault there, fellas.
And for Rivers, the 10th overall pick last season, of course, the son of Coach Doc Rivers. He's certainly a guy, Steve, who's passionate about the game of basketball and certainly grew up around the NBA.
Well, you find a lot of optimism about his future because of that passion, because he's so young. His rookie season did not go well, but you know Austin will be in the gym dedicated to get things going in the right direction.
And Parsons kicks to Howard. It's stolen by Smith. Here's Evans. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Evans has got 7 points.
Man, a gaping hole in the defense that time, and he didn't waste any time getting through it.
Parsons dishes to Lynn. Howard with a screen on Rivers. Lynn kicks to Howard. Parsons outside. The feed to Garcia. From the arc. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Well, he's a spot-up shooter, one of the best. One of those guys who, if you give him an inch, I mean, that's all it takes. He will let it fly and frequently knock down that shot.
And you know what, Steve? We also have to talk about his shooting. I mean, the fact that he copes with tight D better than anyone is something to make note of. His percentage stays the same, and if he's wide open, he's automatic.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area they just can't afford to get lazy with.
You know, I think the effort's been there, Steve, but they're still getting outworked just by a scope.
Parsons for 3. Pelicans with the rebound. Smith's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Gordon. It's rebounded by Parsons.
I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole, because he is not helping their offense.
Garcia off the pick from Asik. Garcia passes to Lynn. And a miss there on the triple.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Gordon dishes to Rivers. He kicks it to Smith. 4 on the shot clock. The shot is off. Rockets leading by 9.
Young teams, guys, tend to get run over in the Western Conference, and the Pelicans were a young team last year, and guess what? They got run over. In a conference where everybody needs to be tough to even think about the playoffs, New Orleans really was overmatched.
And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. A foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
And Clark, as you said, with the Pelicans last year in their final year as the Hornets, you know, the West just ate them alive as they put up a 15-37 record, Steve, against the rest of the conference.
And it wasn't just any one division. It was every division in the West. But look, the conference was loaded. The Pelicans, or at least I should say the Hornets, at the time were a young team. They weren't going anywhere, not enough talent. But they're on the rise now. They've added some significant talent.
Here's Rivers. No good. So Houston will take it the other way. They push it up 4 on 3. Here's Parsons. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That one's on Evans. Rockets have missed more than they've made at the foul line tonight. 3 of 7. The free throw drops for Parsons.
You know, when you get an influx of talent through the draft like the Rockets did prior to last season, the initial reaction is excitement, but then you think about, man, how are we going to get these guys ready to play NBA basketball? And the Rockets did a nice job by taking it easy and bringing them along slowly.
Lynn kicks to Parsons. Back to Lynn. Outside, Garcia. Garcia off the pick from Asik. Garcia passes to Asik. The shot is off. Nice D from Ryan Anderson. And for the Rockets, you look at how that strategy worked out for them, and it was exactly what they needed. Got off to a quick start last year, and you know, Steve, toward the end, their rookies were fresh and able to contribute when it mattered most.
You know, Kevin, it's hard for fans to see a player get drafted and not immediately see the floor, but a lot of times that's the best route. You know, you give a player time to adjust, you make him earn it, and by the end of the season, he can be a very effective player. I think plenty of the Rockets players proved that last season.
Here is Anderson. He dishes it to Gordon. And the layup's good off the glass. Gordon's got his third basket of the night right there.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, Clark, just piling up points in the paint.
Parsons for three. The rebound by Anderson.
They've been able to get out to this lead without really getting a very reliable performance out of him from the field.
Rivers with it. Now defended by Garcia. Rivers dishes to Evans. On the wing, Eric Gordon. Again, the miss by Gordon.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Howard setting the pick for Lynn. Howard. Parsons. He's guarded by Rivers. Another miss by Houston.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons.
The shot's good from Evans.
Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense.
Lynn kicks to Howard. The shot is off. Great D that time from Davis. Pelicans trailed by 7. Evans goes in. Offensive rebound. Shot denied. Rivers against Lynn. Back to Garcia. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Lynn's got 6 assists here tonight.
The defense sagged off, and, you know, he did not hesitate to rise up and bury that three.
Lynn against Rivers. Evans kicks to Davis. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That's on Dwight Howard. Well, as far as the defense goes, Clark, that is not what's going to keep them in this league.
Yeah, but from the other perspective, you can see just how much that dunk pumped those players up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here.
James Harden. He's checked in for Francisco Garcia. Howard with a screen on Rivers. Lynn kicks to Harden. They get the rebound. Here's Howard. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Rivers. And now here's Rivers with fast break opportunity. A chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Gentlemen, for the Houston Rockets, a remarkable rebuild process since 2009. They remained around a 500 team, trading for draft picks and young prospects, preserving cap space, and acquiring the elite talents of James Harden and Dwight Howard. They've become, once again, a contender in the West. Kevin, this is a young team poised to make some real noise.
The story of the offseason, no question. Thank you, Doris. Harden's shot is good.
What are they thinking, leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
Anderson passes to Rivers. Clock at 6. Rivers off a hit from Anderson. The drive by Gordon. Howard with the block.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Stolen by Anderson. Evans dishes to Rivers. Feeds to Gordon. Anderson, a screen on Howard. Gordon. That doesn't go either for Gordon.
Injury has always been the big concern when you talk about Eric Gordon, but if you're a team, you have to roll the dice on it just because he's such an explosive scorer when he's healthy.
Howard kicks to Parsons. Offline with his 3.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Now the dish to Evans. Kicks it to Davis. New Orleans moving the ball around. Gordon the pass to Evans. Davis setting the pick for Evans. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Well, going back there at Gordon Clark, you said roll the dice, and roll the dice the Pelicans did, matching the Suns' max offer, Steve, to get him.
Well, you know, he's had a history of injuries, and so it made the decision from New Orleans a little more difficult. And if you're Phoenix, you look back on it now and you think, well, maybe it's a good thing New Orleans matched, because Gordon missed most of last season in New Orleans.
Boy, taking it hard to the rack for the big throwdown.
And give an unofficial assist, Clark, to his teammate for setting the screen that freed him up.
Yeah, good call, Kevin. That was really the key to the play.
There's 53 seconds left in the first half. Here's Davis. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Davis has got 5 points now in the quarter. Rockets leading by 10.
Definitely a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Yeah, the wise move would be to find themselves a quick shot right away.
Lynn dishes to Beverley. Harden, three-pointer, that drops. Harden's got 25 points.
Yet another three for him, Kevin. He's really been draining him here in the second.
New Orleans has got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Gordon kicks to Evans. Evans, right side. Back to Gordon. Right side, Gordon. Here's Davis. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. New Orleans making a switch here. For New Orleans, they have gone 2 of 4 at the free throw line. And that one falls for Davis. 9 seconds left in the second quarter. Pass to Lynn. He feeds it to Beverley. Beyond the arc. No good. And so we conclude the first half. Rockets ahead, leading by 10. Folks, stay tuned for the halftime show at Damon Bruce for all the highlights.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
This is 2K Sports. Who doesn't like a little basketball late at night? Out in Houston, the Rockets with the lead against New Orleans. The assist total indicative of their unselfish play, spreading that ball around. James Harden has been locked in.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Well, he created a lot of opportunities for himself in the first couple of quarters. And tell you what, he was smart with his shot making too. Really took good ones.
You know, points per shot attempted is really one of the undervalued stats in the game, and it's a real measurement of efficient scoring.
Gordon, the pass to Holiday. Dishes to Evans. Just 5 to shoot. Holiday shoots the 3. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Evans has got 3 assists tonight. Houston leading by 7.
The big story in New Orleans, guys, is the change of the name. From the Hornets, a name that came with the team when they relocated from Charlotte, to the brand new Pelicans. Now, Pelicans might not be the most intimidating name around the league, but it does have a nice and special connection to the city and state.
Here's Howard. It's taken away by Smith. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Holiday is running. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. Well, Clark, and I really didn't know you knew this much about birds, but the brown pelican is indeed the state bird of Louisiana. Their numbers have rebounded dramatically after being hard hit by the Gulf spill. So a representation of the city's triumph, Steve, over great adversity.
Well, I'm happy it was something that is connected to the city. I'm talking about the name, the Pelicans, because remember, originally this team was known as the Jazz, and that made sense. Utah Jazz made no sense. New Orleans Hornets made no sense. New Orleans Pelicans make sense, guys.
Here's Gordon. He's got 6. Pass to Holiday. Back to Gordon. Davis, defended by Asik. Davis dishes to Gordon. Shot clock at 6. He passes to Smith. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Smith's got 10 points in the game.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively, Mark. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
In low to help.
Hammer time! Hammer time! Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
He's had troubles at the line so far in this one, going 0 for 3.
Well, you think back to 2011 and 12 when Dwight was playing his final season in Orlando. He just didn't know what was going to happen. He would say one thing and do another. It turned into a long saga. And then it's kind of the same thing happened last year with the Lakers.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Now you can tell what the crowd thinks about that call.
Yeah, they erupted as soon as the whistle blew.
Well, getting back to Howard, he said he knew where he would sign, but there were all sorts of possibilities as he went caught through free agency.
Yeah, Kevin, the contenders and pretenders ended up being clear fairly fast. I mean, as you might imagine, when a franchise player hits the market, there's a lot of interest, but ultimately he ended up here, which seems to be a really good fit for him.
Out of bounds, Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession.
They had no choice but to lunge for that pass to stop it from getting through.
Well, that was a good job. It could have been a quick bucket if he doesn't knock it out of bounds there.
And they've been off target now on 3 of the first 4 shots they've taken in this second half.
Gordon kicks to Smith. Holiday. New Orleans moving the ball around. Davis, the pass to Holiday. It's off his foot. And the refs whistling a kick ball. Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
Well, what you love about Drew Holiday is his strong body, his size at the point guard position. He's about 6'4". Still very young, but an all-star last year. I think he's only going to get better.
Gordon off a pick from Smith. Gordon dishes to Davis. Outside Holiday. Kicks it out to Gordon. On the wing, Evans. And the pass to Davis. The shot is off. And the Rockets take it the other way.
And, you know, Drew Holiday, guys, in Philly is called by some people the Drew. But he still has work to do. I like his talent and his demeanor. He's developing as both a scorer and a playmaker, which is tough for a young player to balance those 2 skills. But I think he's got a chance to be special.
And the offense continues to struggle. Just 1 make in their 5 attempts.
Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Holiday's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
Now the story is points in the paint, Clark. I mean, they're getting point-blank shots every time down.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Outside, Lynn. Back to Harden. Outside, Lynn. Left side, Parsons. 6 to shoot. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Lynn's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Outside, Gordon. Pass to Evans. Outside, Holiday. Back to Evans. Gives him the lead pass. And it's Gordon missing. Rockets leading by 3. Lynn kicks to Harden. Can't get it to go. Good D by Holiday. For New Orleans, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Evans goes in. Out to Smith. Back to Evans. Buries it down low. Evans has got 15 points.
A sensational run has them on the brink of tying it up or even taking the lead all of a sudden.
Steve, quite a turn of events here. I mean, they really snapped into focus in a hurry and tightened up their game at both ends.
Then the pass to Harden. There's Parsons, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Parsons got 4 points now in the quarter. Outside Holiday. Sweet little floater. 13 points in the game.
That's such a feel shot, that floater over the top.
Harden dishes to Lynn. Howard. Parsons covered by Evans. And Asik backs in. Back to Parsons. Takes a three. Kept alive. Howard kicks to Lynn. The feed now to Harden. Another miss by Harden.
Nothing's going his way since the horn. I mean, looks like he used up all his mates in the last quarter.
Yeah, he had not established position.
You know, I'd prefer the refs to whistle with a block when in doubt. I thought that was a good call there.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Anderson's checked in. Howard with a screen on Gordon. Harden the pass to Howard. Here's Asik. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, you know, guys, the Houston fans could be forgiven for not having heard of Asik when the Rockets signed him as their starting center a season ago. He was a second-round pick out of Turkey in 08, a backup in Chicago, but he's quickly shown himself to be a key piece of this promising young core.
And you have to give the Rockets credit for going after Asik, a player who never averaged more than 15 minutes a game with Chicago, a restricted free agent with the Bulls, and became a very important part for the Rockets.
Well, they clearly saw something special with Asik. He's a great rebounder and defender, uses his body, understands angles, and plays that verticality really well as a defensive center. That bounce pass got him the ball in rhythm. Nice play.
Harden gets a screen from Asik. It's Harden with the drive, and then Asik with the dunk.
Well, that's a solidly executed pick play. I mean, it paid dividends with that nice dunk.
Exactly the result they were looking for.
Yeah, it worked so well. I mean, he got set and did not shuffle his feet. Really well done there offensively.
Holiday against Land. Smith sets the pick for Gordon. It's rebounded by Houston. Asik's got 4 rebounds now tonight. He kicks to Harden. He dishes it to Asik. Feeds it to Howard. Houston moving the ball around from deep Harden. And it's rebounded by Drew Holiday.
It's been a tale of 2 halves. Our guys, he was on fire from long range in the first half, but not so much here in the second.
Well, you know, Eric Gordon, when he's healthy, is really an explosive and efficient scorer. He's able to spread the floor with his three-point shooting, and he is relentless in attacking the rim for hoops when he's healthy.
Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Jason Smith. And both free throws good for Gordon. And Gordon standing just 6'3", but with his powerful frame, he's able to power his way off into the rim.
Yeah, he's so good using his strength to get inside and draw contact to get to the line and finish plays in which he's been fouled.
Lynn kicks to Harden, shoots. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. And that's now 27 points for James Harden.
This quarter for him, 7 shots with just 1 make to show for it.
Here's Evans. Nice D from Garcia. Houston in the lead. Harden kicks to Howard. Lynn. The dish to Garcia. Back to Lynn. He feeds it to Parsons. Kicks it to Harden. Nailed from three-point land. Harden's got 30 points.
Well, you know, the Rockets really have embraced an up-tempo style. Last season, 2nd in the league in fast break points and 2nd in overall points per game, too.
Evans kicks to Gordon. Outside Holiday. Pass to Davis. Back to Holiday. Stolen by Jeremy Lin. Makes the lead pass. Harden can't hit. And the stat-minded front office in Houston loves three-pointers and layups. They've let slip that they love attack guards. Steve, one who's going to get to the paint and collapse the defense.
So they've got a couple of good ones in Jeremy Lin and James Harden. But, you know, it makes sense when you think about the offensive efficiency, Kevin. Layups and threes and free throws. Mathematically speaking, those are all high percentage plays. So the Rockets really, I thought, played their style well last year and played to their front office's desires. It's one of the reasons they're putting together something special.
Ajinca, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Well, they already had him staggered, and now all of a sudden they're throwing some haymakers.
And Holiday kicks to Evans. Anderson a screen on Harden. Dishes it to Anderson. Shot to stop the run. Cannot hit. And the Rockets take it the other way. And here's Harden. 30 points in the game. And Garcia kicks to Asik. He's against Anderson. Kicks it out to Garcia. Harden launches it. Aminu grabs the miss. Aminu's got his third rebound on the night. Holiday dishes to Evans. Pass to Aminu. Now the feed to Davis. Soft touch off the glass. Davis has got 13.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
The pass to Lynn. Outside, Garcia. 1:49 left to play here in the third. Parsons, right side. 6 on the shot clock. Here we go with Holiday running it up the court. And it's Lynn with the rebound. Lynn's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Right side, Garcia. Parsons outside. This one for 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Evans has got 6 rebounds here tonight. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Back to Holiday. Anderson outside. Fires from deep. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got his 4th assist in this one.
I think he's best as a spot-up shooter. When he can play off of his teammates and find openings on the perimeter, just catch and shoot. Got a quick release. Beautiful stroke.
He does such a nice job of getting himself squared up and in perfect position before the ball gets there, preparing before the pass.
Evans with some nice D.
He's far too tentative in the paint, and even more so when the defender is up tight on him like that time.
And Aminu kicks to Anderson. Passes it to Davis. He dishes it to Aminu. Back to Davis. Working on Asik. Right side Holiday. For the tie. And he overshot that one, missing.
Great defense there. You really have to challenge him at that range.
Asik, the pass to Harden. He passes to Lynn. They get it back. Parsons. And that's not going to go. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The 4th quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Houston.
These long-range shots look like layups out there, guys.
You know, something else I've noticed is just how many of their baskets have been set up by assists throughout the game.
Here's Beverley. He kicks it to Harden. No good on the triple.
Oh, he's just launching from the three-point line right now because I don't like his shot selection at all.
And it's blocked by Harden. Here's Rivers. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. Rivers has got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for New Orleans. Rivers against Harden. Harden gets a screen from Smith. Harden dishes to Smith. Stolen by Rivers. There's the pick. Back to Anderson to take the lead. Outside Holiday. Feeds it to Stiemsma. And that misses. That would have put him up.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Tyreke Evans is checked in for Ryan Anderson. And Holiday kicks to Evans. Count the basket and the foul. It goes on Chandler Parsons.
Terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the hit.
That's how you do it, the bump and the bucket. Another season and another drop in the numbers from Tyreke Evans, including his minutes. But if you look at his percentages, he's the most efficient scoring of his career so far. A lot has been said about him slumping since his historic 25-5 rookie season, but fans should be encouraged by how he played.
Aminu passes to Smith. Parsons right side. Evans with some nice D. New Orleans leading by 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Smith's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And for Tyreke Evans, a player who's had the ball in his hands his whole life, it's had to, be a tough adjustment, learning to play off the ball.
Yeah, I think that's been the big challenge. And he's not a great shooter, so players who are used to handling the ball and don't shoot particularly well, all of a sudden it's a really big adjustment trying to figure out that new position.
Here's Stiemsma, covered by Smith. Stiemsma dishes to Holiday. Right side Holiday. A second chance effort, and it's good on the layup. And the Pelicans lead by 3. The Rockets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Parsons against Evans, and Parsons kicks to Smith. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line.
Smart foul there. Make him earn those 2 free throws instead of giving up an easy dunk.
Yeah, and he's not a strong free throw shooter. I mean, with his percentage, he's likely to miss one, so that's a good heads-up play.
New Orleans making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Rivers passes to Holiday. Holiday off a pick from Anderson. Holiday goes in. Shot by Evans. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. And that's 20 points for Tyreke Evans. Here's Beverley, guarded by Holiday. Smith with a screen on Holiday. Harden inside the 3-point line. A picture-perfect screen play, and the jumper's good. Harden's got 32 points in the game. 4th quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Anderson dishes to Rivers. He feeds it to Evans. Shot clock at 6. Crafty move, and he sinks the layup. Evans has got 11 points here in just the 2nd half.
He's really rising to the challenge here, guys, in the 4th quarter. That's 3 for 4 from the field.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Well, guys, Kevin McHale had some advice for the team in that last break. He actually lit into them pretty heavily, saying, "We're being way too soft on the inside. I'd better start to see some toughness and more shots being challenged. No more easy baskets." Pretty strong words, guys.
Rivers can't get it to go.
You really don't want to see him missing those mid-range shots, but when he's open, he's got to shoot it.
Parsons, covered by Evans. And Parsons kicks to Aminu. Another miss by Houston. Pelicans leading by 3. Anderson, a screen on Smith. Rivers passes to Holiday. Holiday off a pick from Anderson. Holiday dishes to Anderson. Kicks to Evans. Stolen by Harden. To the paint. Here's Beverley. Pelicans pull it in. Holiday with it. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
I thought it really worked out well. The 76ers gave Holiday that big extension prior to last season. He rewarded them with an all-star year. And, of course, then he was eventually moved on to the Pelicans in a draft day deal. But a lot of value in Drew Holiday.
Jason Smith, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Gordon comes in for Austin Rivers. And going back to Holiday, rewarding the Sixers with an all-star season, and Clark still young as well.
I like what I've seen from this young man. He'll continue to improve. I like that he was more aggressive using his size and getting to the rim, increased his free throw attempts. He's got to learn to continue to minimize those turnovers and get outside of the top 2 in the league in most turnovers committed. That's something that I'm sure he'll be locked into getting better at.
Great D that time from Beverley. Rockets trail by 4. 3-on-3. Harden. Here's Parsons. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. That one's on Evans.
Boy, the floor really opened up for him there.
It sure did. I mean, that was a very late reaction from the defense there.
You look at Harden's career, he was a gifted scorer at Arizona State, but with a slow start in his rookie season, and playing with 2 of the best players in the league in Oklahoma City, people seem to forget that he's always been a player who can light it up. Not a bad look at the hoop, just couldn't get it to bounce in for him.
The dish to Beverley. Houston moving it around. Stolen by Anderson. And it's Gordon penetrating. Gets it to go. And the Pelicans lead by 4. And James Harden, the first ever draft pick by the Oklahoma City Thunder after the move from Seattle, certainly. To see him go so soon in his NBA career as he was reaching stardom had to be tough for fans. And we know, Clark, certainly for his team.
I agree wholeheartedly there, Kevin. And think of all the fans who wore fake beards on their faces, even buildings in OKC with beards adorning them. So Harden wasn't just a great player. His image was almost a mascot for the team as well.
Well, look at Steve, Clark. He's got the fake Harden beard on right now next to us. I mean, geez.
Beard the beard.
Howard kicks to Parsons. Pass to Harden. Dishes it to Beverley. Drills it from outside.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Smith right side. Outside Gordon. Back to Smith. Outside Gordon. Clock at 4. A feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Gordon's got 4 this quarter.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
Harden kicks to Beverley. Howard with a screen on Holiday to tie it up. And another 3 for Houston.
You know, nobody responds to end-of-game pressure like this guy. That's what comes to mind immediately for me. He's hit some monumental shots in his career. And some guys just embrace the moment at the end of the game. That's him.
And he is also so good at getting his hands on the ball without fouling when an opposing player is on his way to the hoop. That's a real knack. Excellent hand-eye coordination makes that possible for him.
Harden gets a screen from Asik. Harden the pass to Asik. Beverley. They grab their own miss to take the lead. Goes up again. He lays it in. And the Rockets lead by 2.
You've got to like what they've been doing down there in the low post, Clark.
I do. I love it. Their rebounding has been outstanding. So important in a tight game.
Holiday dishes to Gordon. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Harden kicks to Howard. Back to Harden. Howard setting the pick for Harden. Pass to Parsons. And there's the feed to Beverley. Picked wide by Houston.
Nice job on the offensive glass.
Kicks it out to Harden. And it's Omer Asik with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Houston. New Orleans has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. The pass to Gordon. No good. Good D by Harden.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
And Parsons kicks to Harden. Back to Parsons. Parsons off the pick from Asik. Passes it to Lin. A 3-pointer off the mark.
Nobody near him. He'll normally make that one.
Gordon goes in. Stolen by Harden. Puts the lead pass in front of him. Parsons passes to Howard. And Parsons kicks to Harden. Fires for 3. That's good. Harden's got 38 points.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seems like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
Timeout call here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
He's been locked in from deep. They're giving him too much breathing room and definitely paying the price for it.
Lynn against Holiday. Outside Gordon. Smith with a screen on Harden. The drive by Gordon. And the shot is good. Gordon's got 10 points here in the second half.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Harden gets a screen from Howard. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. Will go to the line. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for New Orleans. That free throw good from Harden.
No problem for him there. You just know what the result's going to be when he steps to the line in a tight game like this.
Here's Gordon. Gordon with another miss. Rockets leading by 4. Now Parsons. He dishes it to Lynn. Howard with his screen on Evans. Up off this. Oh, Lynn is shaking.
He is one guy you do not stand in the way of when he decides to attack the rim.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're losing by 6. 1:25 left in the fourth. .125 left in the fourth quarter. Holiday with it, and it's Lynn picking him up. Holiday dishes to Gordon. And it's rejected. Harden kicks to Lynn. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. And now an 8-point Houston lead.
That's pretty much been the norm for them. Getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness. When you're hot, you're hot. And that's certainly been the case for Smith. 11 rebounds, and he's come away with 2 steals as well. He's blown up some plays out there.
It shows you what an intelligent defender he can be on the ball. He really understands the game.
This is what they need to do in the second half to come out with the win. It's not the only thing, but when you convert free throws at the other end, you put a lot of pressure on the opponent to play solid defense against you.
Harden draws the double. Back to Lynn. He passes it to Parsons. Clock at 6 for the 3. And another 3 for Houston.
Just look at how quickly their lead has grown over the course of the last few possessions.
Boy, they've really saved their best for last, haven't they?
And Holiday, here we go. Kicks it out to Gordon. From deep. The shot misses. And the Rockets take it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Now, here is Harden. Parsons outside. He kicks to Lynn. Taken away by Holiday. Here's Smith. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Boy, their defense making an impact here late, Kevin.
And straight off the steal card, the perfectly run fast break ends in a slam dunk.
That could be a huge 4-point swing in this game.